Good morning, Digit fam. Adam Dowd here, and I'm afraid that my idea for an April Fool's Day prank got nixed at the last minute. See, I was going to play that Rick Astley song instead of the normal music bed when I reported the news, but then I decided no, that would be wrong. We're friends here. And I mean, because we're friends, I would never, rat you out or tell you I'd do something and not go through with it. But I'm also really fat, so I won't exercise with you either. But if we did meet up somewhere, I wouldn't leave before you did. Or, in other words, I'm never going to give you up. I'm never going to let you down. I'm never going to run around or desert you. It is April 1st, 2019. I'm sorry, not sorry. And this is your Digit Daily. So, some of you might be wondering, what the hell just happened? Well, it's April Fool's Day, and it's something of a tradition on the internet to lie to people and then laugh because, ha 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 ha, you idiot, I said something and you believe me, you moron! But as for me, I kind of like this stuff. Now, there certainly is a line where taste has to override funny or pranks. Too often companies can be tone deaf and sometimes just stupid. So we wanted to take the opportunity to highlight some of the more fun April Fool's Day pranks that are out there. So if you have some time to kill, you can go check them out, or if you don't, then you know to ignore them. First up is Google Maps, and this is a fun one. You can play Snake on Google Maps. On your phone, tap the hamburger button and then tap the Play Snake button. If you're on a desktop, just go to snake.googlemaps.com. Once you do, you can play the old school game Snake, and there goes your productivity for the day. Also from Google, there's a new screen cleaning feature built into the Files app for cleaning your phone's screen. On the outside, there's a function in your Google Home Hub from Google Netherlands that allows you to talk to your tulips. There's a spoon-bending keyboard app from Google Japan, which is fun, but I always thought, there is no spoon. But what do I know, right? I took the frickin' blue pill. Hashtag blue pill. Samsung introduced its Exynos CPU adapter for your desktop PC so that you can have a worse processor running your desktop hardware as well. There's a press release which links to an introduction video, which is, of course, never going to give you up. How childish. You'd think they could think of something better than never going to give you up. Anyway, T-Mobile introduced a soundproof booth called Phone Booth E. It's called a Phone Booth E because the E lets you know that it's a true innovation in the phone industry. I love it when T-Mobile throws shade at AT&T. ThinkGeek is up to its usual assortment of fake products like the Banksy toaster, which burns works of art into your toast, or a beanbag chair onesie, which is what it sounds like, an adult-sized onesie with a beanbag chair attached to the butt, so you can just plop down wherever you want. Look, laugh all you want, but the Tauntaun sleeping bag was once an April Fool's Day prank, and customer demand was so high, they actually made it. Some other fun ones, Stack Overflow made a 90s version of its site, but it didn't go far enough because it made it an alternative site, meta.stackoverflow.com. If you want to go Stack Overflow, make it your main site, I'm just saying. D-Brand trolls Apple fans with a skin made for a product that Apple killed over the weekend called AirPower. According to D-Brand, you can stick it to your table to spark conversations about your irresponsible purchasing decisions. And finally, the Nokia 9 PureView has 5 cameras on the back, including an X-ray camera that allows you to search for broken or misaligned bones. It's all the rage in the chiropractic circuit. Anyway, I could go on, but this is only a 7-minute podcast. You can see a roundup of all the April Fool's Day shenanigans at AndroidAuthority.com, link in the description. So let's get to the real news, or at least the news that we hope isn't just April Fool's Day pranks, as we head into the roundup! Last week, we talked about the Huawei P30 and its 5x optical zoom. Well, photos are starting to roll out, and Android Authority has a look at the good and the bad coming from that periscope. And the photos are taken in Gay Paris, so there's a lot to like there. So go give them a look and consider whether or not the P30 is your next phone, assuming you don't live in the United States, that is. You know how sometimes you want to write an email but send it later? Like, if someone's going on vacation and you want to write them a nice welcome back email in a week, but you can't be troubled to actually think about it in a week. Or when someone emails you with a really cool offer and you want to jump on it right away, but you don't want to sound needy. Gmail now allows you to schedule emails to send at a day or time of your choosing. So go ahead, get excited, but set that email to send in 60 minutes or so you don't look desperate. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg is calling on government regulation of internet content. Wait, what? Zuckerberg says, quote, internet companies should be accountable for enforcing standards on harmful content. One word, Mark, Myanmar. Be careful what you wish for, dude. And by the way, TechCrunch breaks down all the different ways that Facebook could clean up its own mess and start cleaning up its own policies by, actually enforcing them. Krebs on Security is at it again, this time reporting that credit card numbers of customers from the Italian restaurant chain with a fun name to say, Buca di Beppo, are being sold on the black market of the web. Parent company Earl Enterprises admitted that malware installed on point-of-sale systems in the restaurant chain allowed the theft of customer data over a period of about 10 months. No name that is fun to say is worth that. Domain registrar iwantmyname.com started an experiment 10 years ago in which all of its employees received the same salary regardless of position or tenure, and that includes the founder, by the way. Today, the registrar reports that the experiment of 10 years is largely a success. The theory behind it is that everyone in the company has an equal stake and that benefits like remote work make up for the deficiency for top-shelf developers. Personally, I think the person that handles payroll is probably getting paid too much, but what do I know? I thought when the calendar flipped to April, I would finally be free and clear of NCAA bracket talk. Nope! Last Thursday, the last perfect bracket in the world got busted, and for some reason, people still care. I mean, the bracket lasted for 49 games, which is fairly impressive, I admit, but now that it's broken, I can go back to not thinking about college basketball for another year, or if I'm lucky, ever. And finally, on this April Fool's Day, the Associated Press reminds us that jokes and humor are what separate us from AI. Robots don't get jokes, and it's largely because robots tend to not understand context. So the next time you're faced with a chatbot and you aren't sure if it's real or not, just bust out the old reliable, two guys walked into a bar so the next one ducked underneath it joke. And with that is going to do it for today's Digit Daily. If you'd like to learn more about any of these stories, check out the links in the show notes and subscribe to our daily newsletter on Digit.com. And if you like what you heard, subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast player. Also, be sure to tell your friends about DigitDailyPod.com. Once again, I'm Adam Dowd, Dead Technology on Twitter, and we'll talk again tomorrow.